Okay, so it looks like you guys get two videos today. We're gonna keep this one a little more succinct since I rambled for an hour in the previous video. I wasn't planning to make this one, but I got new coffee I want to try, and we're gonna make a video of that. So, in the past, the cheap coffees that I got were the Great Value Colombian, which was pretty good actually. It was solid. I'd say it's better than Folgers. That's going to be my quality determinator for cheap coffee. Better than Folgers or worse than Folgers? Because Folgers was the like questionable quality coffee. One, my dad always drank Folgers. I don't personally like it because it kind of tastes like chemicals, but I've learned to appreciate it on some level because it's what my dad always had. Also, it's the same coffee brand we would get when I was a maintenance guy. We always had Folgers there. So we tried the Beaumont, which is Aldi's brand, and that was worse than Folgers. It was like chemicals plus dirt. I didn't like this coffee at all, which is insane because generally I love Aldi's coffee. I'm always ranting about how good their Barismo stuff is. This time I went shopping at Dollar General because I can't drive to Aldi or Giant Eagle right now. So, and Dollar General's within walking distance. It's like a quarter of the mile, where the other two are around a mile. Not that I can't walk a mile, just walking a mile and carrying all those groceries back would take like at least 5 or 6 times the amount of time. Not to mention, I got enough groceries that just carrying them back a quarter of a mile was a pain in the ass. So we have this, the Dollar General. I was gonna get just regular coffee. In fact, I did. There was some in the discount rack at Dollar General. This Dunkin' Cinnamania. I haven't had a special flavored coffee like that in a minute. So we got that, but first we're gonna do the Clover Valley Classic Roast and see how it compares to the other bottom shelf bin coffees, we'll call them. Same way we did the other ones. We're gonna do 5 scoops. I'm having trouble getting it open with one hand. I'm gonna set you guys down for a sec. We're gonna do 5 scoops. Make it in the regular coffee maker. See how that works out. Let's see how it smells. It smells good, but it's like oddly lacking scent. You know, it's not very strong. It's very weak scent wise compared to a lot of the other coffees I've tried. However, the scent itself is definitely much better than the Beaumont one. I don't remember what the Colombian one smelled like. I have that. I got the Great Value one last year, I think, and that's just been the tin I keep for whenever I get a bag of coffee. I dump that out in it. It does have a little bit of the chemical smell, but it's also got like a bit of a nutty smell. I need to count. That was 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's get that rocking. And it's going to take a minute, but we'll only wait till there's about 2 cups in there, which is about how many cups I fit in my coffee cup. I'm really excited to have. Is this the wrong lid? No. I think that's that lid. Yeah. I'm really excited to have half and half again. I used milk for a little while, and then I ran out of milk too. So I was just drinking it black. And thank God I ran out of the shitty coffee before I was drinking it black. I drank the rest of that not so German roast. I have milk and half and half again. I don't know how I feel about this milk though. It's like the 26th and this expires on the 31st. Maybe I'm just spoiled by the Aldi's lactose milk because that shit, it's good for like a month. And it's kind of, looking at it now, it's kind of puffed out. I don't know if you can see this. Let's set it down. It's kind of puffed out. That makes me wonder if it's already going bad. I'll they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and there's a number on it. So if it's bad, I'll call. I'm not generally that type of person. The half and half seems good though. I've never tried their half and half. You know what? I'm gonna do something degenerate and just drink the half and half right out of the container. When I was a kid and we would go to like Haas's or something like that with my grandma, that was where I always met my grandma, was at Haas's Steakhouse. And they'd get the coffee. I would just drink all the little half and half containers because she didn't use them, and I loved that shit. So I've had many different kinds of Kraber in my life, just straight. Pretty standard. It's not unique in any way. It's one of the I'd say it's really just about average. It tastes like regular half and half. Doesn't taste anything crazy. I was just curious. I've never tried their half and half before. Of course, I'm rambling a little bit, but it's all specifically about the same stuff. So, how long do I have? We're at like 1 cup, not quite. It smells good. It smells way gooder. Way gooder. What the fuck is that word? It smells way better brewing than it did in the tin. So I'm hopeful. If you didn't watch the long video, I've been on like a bit of a staycation. I've never had a true vacation in my life because even though my parents have taken me on some trips with them, uh, and they were absolutely wonderful. I had a lot of fun. Like one of my favorites was going to Washington D.C., where I got to see the Air and Space Museum. Always gonna have great memories from that. One of the funniest things was I was like a little shitter as a kid. I've always had a greater understanding of the world than someone my age should. Let's just put it that way. And it caused me to be a bit of a problem child in some ways. Not in like a degenerate getting in trouble problem child kid. Just there's no way you should have figured that out early and they weren't ready for it. So one of the things that I remember from the DC thing is, dude, I like kind of freaked my parents out because there was this massive flock of like pigeons or something in the mall, which the mall is like that big open grassy field area. I think it's in front of the Lincoln Monument. It's been like over a decade since I've been there, so I don't remember exactly. But we're in this big grassy field area, and I like intentionally fell behind my parents on the opposite side of the flock, and then I just ran at the flock of birds. So it freaked them out, and they all started flying at my parents' heads. Uh, yeah, but so definitely had like trips that I went on. But the downside was that my parents needed to relentlessly and obsessively schedule every moment of it. So being on a vacation with them sometimes felt more stressful than being at school or work because they would like overschedule things and get upset if we weren't keeping at the schedule. And in my adult life, I've just never been able to afford time off. Even when I would go, oh, that smells real good. It smells nuttier than I anticipated. Even when I would go in one of my like void escapism moments, that was never really intentional. It was kind of like a mini mental breakdown. I don't actually have mental breakdowns the way most people do. I just kind of go into like a regenerative phase and then I'm back at it again. I don't know how else to describe it, you know? And it was never like willingly taking time off. I've never willingly taken time off in my life, even when I was taking a break, I was often thinking about just how I could get back to work, or plotting and planning, or doing things in the background. I forgot to test it without cream in it. But it's pretty good with cream in it. I didn't put as much as I normally do. It's a little darker than normal because since I've been drinking it black, I filled it up higher than I would when I put cream, and I was like, oh well, I got what space left I got. Okay. There is kind of a chemically taste, but it's more of an aftertaste. Nowhere near as rough as the Beaumont coffee. It's not great. I'd say the Giant Eagle Great Value coffee is still better. But it's a step up. It's kind of like an earthy flavor with, and like the good earthy, not the dirt earthy. Uh, it's like an earthy flavor with small hints of nut, and then the chemicals come in the aftertaste, is how I would describe it. I think that this coffee could be pretty good actually if you mix it with a lot of sugar. I didn't think to get sugar. I still have brown sugar. I should have thought to get a bag of sugar. I need to go back because I couldn't carry any soda. Anyways, I'm probably going to start doing these coffee videos more consistently again, but I don't want to make any promises as to when I'm going to be streaming or even uploading these videos regularly because I'm still on my vacation, so to speak. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 while I dig through my soul, and of course, Charlie needs to come and interrupt this video again. What's up, cat? Oh, really? It's probably time for you to get fed, huh? No, it's still got 2 hours, but now I said the food word, so he's gonna be begging for it. That's definitely one of the words he knows. See, I told you. Okay, so I don't want to make any promises about my content because I don't know what it's gonna be like. Because the past few times I was like, I'm over it, and I'm back now. That didn't happen. I guess it was more wishful thinking than reality. I still had more demons to fight than I realized, and I'm never gonna stop though. I don't care if I post 10,000 videos and I'm still only pulling like 10 to 100 views depending on the platform. Because for me, it's not about money, it's not about fame, it is about attention. But I want to draw a distinction between attention and fame, right? Fame is like notoriety. Uh, People recognizing your face and appreciating you specifically, celebrity status, so to speak. What I want is attention not for me, but for my message. And my message is love. We all need to do a better job of loving each other and forgiving each other. I think is a huge aspect of love that people are fucking terrible at today. Like you see all these content creators going at each other's throats, throwing each other under the bus. I think the Ethan iDubbbz thing is one of the saddest things I've ever seen. For iDubbbz to turn against Ethan like that, a man that he once called his best friend, just for some internet attention and clout, and in the process of doing that, ruin your entire career, it's just sad and pathetic. And as long as people like the person who iDubbbz has become, and Hassan, and just anyone that's out there spewing hate as not even part of their platform, as the main theme of their platform, as long as they keep existing and keep posting, I'm going to keep posting. Because for me, this isn't just money or clout or whatever reason people post on the internet. I personally see it as I am fighting an epic war between good and evil. And I've chosen the side of good. And sometimes the battle lines can be a little iffy, right? You know, people are going to catch strays, and sometimes people might not know exactly where they stand. So who knows? You know, I specifically called out Hassan and iDubbbz in this video, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my perspective is just skewed, or maybe I'm right and eventually someday they come back to the light. But for me, it doesn't matter what the numbers are. I will be the last man standing at Helm's Deep against the wave of orcs if that's what's required of me. You know, I really don't care that nobody's listening. I'm working on, and obviously not nobody's listening, right? I got like 7 of you. I just like that number. It's more than 7, but I feel like 1 is a great number because God likes that number a lot. He uses it in all kinds of things. But yeah, it's probably an appropriate number. Like, we're definitely in double digits at this point as far as the specific individuals I know that watch this shit consistently. But in the grand scheme of things, it's basically 1. You know, if you were to zoom out mathematically, it's less than 1% of what other people are getting as viewership. I think a lot of content creators aren't aware of that, but I'm absolutely aware of that. In fact, painfully aware of it. So I'm working on a few projects to better get my message out there. And what I'm really excited for, it's a music video that I mentioned in the longer video that I have been working on it. I should have looked up the day that the song came out, or the week that the song came out at least. I've been working on it ever since I heard Venom by Eminem. And then my life fell apart multiple times since that video came out. But the important thing is, I haven't started writing it again yet. I'm currently looking for what I've written so far. It's saved on a note app somewhere. But this video is the primary reason, or at least the primary first reason, why I built the studio in the basement. Because as much as I do the streaming and the gaming, philosophical chats, and the drama and current events commentary, what I really want to do is music. And I got a ways to go till I'm good at music again. Because not only did I spend 10 years not doing music when I was in the workforce, I took voice lessons and guitar lessons while I was in college. I've also been in choir since I think second grade. I joined the Christmas choir. So I did choir through all my schooling. Up through college, I was in the concert choir in both high school and college, and I was in the chamber chorus, or the equivalent of a chamber chorus, in high school, which is like the elite choir. Although I didn't make it in college. I don't remember if I tried out for chamber chorus in college or not. I just know that I wasn't in it. But then after college, for a while I was working as a maintenance guy, I was in barbershop choir, which is actually the highest level singing I've ever done. Like I thought being in a chamber chorus was insane until I went and did some barbershop. Those guys are absolutely fucking talented. If you ever see this, shout out to my friend Noah for getting me to join. One of the guys I went to high school with got me to join up in the chamber choir. And God, I had so much fun until I had to leave that job and I struggled to find a new one, and I couldn't afford the barbershop choir dues anymore because those weren't cheap. That, and I sold my car to pay off debts. And what used to be a 15-minute commute or travel time to the rehearsal area would have been a 3.5 hour travel time by bus. I literally could have walked to it faster in about 2.5 hours than it would have taken the bus. But regardless, especially when I was struggling to make ends meet, a 5 hour round trip just to go to a chorus wasn't something I was capable of accommodating. The point is, music's always been pretty central and core to my life. It's the one thing that always just hits. You know what I mean? I was scrolling through Instagram earlier as I was preparing to upload this. If you didn't notice all the crazy shit I retweeted on my stories. And one of the things that I actually didn't retweet, but showed up, or repost, showed up in the thread, Smashly Venby or whatever. I don't know how to say her name. She's one of my favorite fitness content creators. Always keeps me motivating when I see a woman that's like half my size who could bench press me. I'm like, man, bro, I got to get my shit together and start pumping iron again. But her post today was playing "Girls Not Gray" by AFI, and bro, that song's still just as good when it came out. And I hear that song, and I think, wow, music does actually suck today. And this ain't even like some, oh, the only good music was written in the 70s boomer type shit. Like, you know, the guys that won't listen to anything after Led Zeppelin. Because I do find good artists here and there. It just feels like, in general, the level of quality is so much lower than it used to be as far as music goes. Because, like, you hear "Girls Not Gray" and it's just an instant vibe. Like, obviously it's got the nostalgia kick to me, but even just stepping aside and like listening to it musically as a musician, it's like, damn, that's a good song. Or it's like, you hear a lot of this shit today. I don't want to talk negatively about any artists specifically, because it's a little bit different thing than like streamers that are promoting terrorism or something like that, right? I think most people can agree that like terrorism is bad, okay? But music is a bit more of a subjective taste. And again, I'm not saying there aren't people putting out great music. I love everything Poppy does. I think her most recent album is the most Poppy album ever. I love every song on it. It's fantastic. There's this other band I discovered recently called Dayseeker. Uh, One of the songs that I would really listen to when I was first working on the renovations in this place and like really, really down on myself, just in my feelings constantly. Dayseeker is this song called Without Me, I think. Oh my god, that shit's so good. I don't know if they're a super new band, but they're new to me. So the point is that there's still people putting out good music. It's just hard to find these days, especially with so much of that shit being AI generated. There's been like a big controversy with a bunch of fake bands uh, showing up and then disappearing on Spotify. And I'm not wholly railing on AI music, right? Because I do have a YouTube channel where I upload AI music myself. But it's not great music. Most of it's not even good, right? The primary purpose of it is just so I can have background music in my streams without getting copyright claimed. But it's like literally background noise music. And it feels like that's what almost all mainstream music is today. There's exceptions, of course. I do like a couple, at least one song by Billie Eilish. That Bad Guy song is a fucking jam. That bass line on it is pretty cool. It made me pick up my bass after not playing my bass for 10 years. And I did learn that bass line at one point, but it's been a minute since I played bass and I don't remember it anymore. But it's to the point where I could probably pick it up. Anyways, the goal is to get the studio ready to record music. And pretty much the only thing I need to do is set up the rest of the electronics and do some soundproofing, or not soundproofing, sound treatment. I'm just going to throw blankets up on the walls for now while I can. But yeah, so I really want to, even once I come back from my little gaming staycation where I'm just doing a full playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 because I've been wanting to play that game for 2 fucking years, but then my life fell apart and I got distracted from it, and I didn't realize how much not beating that game was kind of eating at my subconscious until just recently. But even once I finish that and come back from my staycation, I don't know how much I'm going to be streaming for the foreseeable future. What I really want to do is bring back the Sunday streams. I haven't done the Sunday streams consistently since I moved up here to Erie, and that's almost entirely just because I've really been struggling with my own mental health. The move was difficult on me, to say the least. So, ironically, even though I'm going to be doing the other streams less moving forward, because actually writing and recording and then like doing a music video and editing the music video for these covers and satire songs I want to do. I'm going to do covers and satire songs before I release anything original. But I've been writing lyrics since 10th grade, so there's original music coming, I promise. But I'm going to step back a little bit from like the 12-hour gaming streams and stuff. Not that those won't happen, just that I'm putting my energy into other content at the moment. And I hope you guys will stick with me through the journey. That first video I ended because the coffee went through me and I needed to pee. This time we're gonna wrap it up because it feels like I need to go number two instead. I don't know if it's this coffee or the weird Dollar General hot dogs I just ate, but yeah, we're gonna end the video here and I'm gonna go take care of that. So I love you all and God bless.